Let's take a quick look at timers for skills within CXone Mpower. So here I'm within the agent experience, and you'll notice I've got some red symbols here. That is because I've set timers on a per skill basis on my digital experience queues. The idea behind these are to manage digital interactions a bit more effectively. So you can set parameters. These aren't SLAs as such, but they're giving, say, your agent a timer and also your customer a timer as well. So if I respond here, and let's move me over there, that'd be easier. Hello. Now what we'll see is that will change over to a customer timer. We're giving the customer 30 minutes to respond. And what happens when that timer elapses? Well, that interaction goes into a resolved state until that customer responds. So really good for continuing conversations, and you can change these on a per skill basis. So these red symbols mean my timer has run out. So if I reply, sure you can, and we've got an SMS here. Now, you'll notice actually these timers are really tight. You would not use a 1 minute timer in the real world, but for a demo, perfect, because we can show what this will do at the end of that timer. The goal here is think about the different channels you manage and what the cadence of the conversation is going to be like. So something on WhatsApp or Facebook Messenger, for example, you might be anticipating that being quite regular. Whereas email, we don't expect to be instant. Here, I've got the option as well, just to increase that timer so we can decide that on a per skill basis. And I'll show you the skill setup in a little bit. Here, we're going to have a look at this text message. The timer is running down. Handle timer doesn't change at all. At the end of this, it's going to disappear from our view. This was always a fun gotcha when it was first introduced, because we turned this on various demos, and then interactions would disappear in the middle of a demo, and you'd be like, "Oh," but handy to show for this. So it keeps the inbox tidy. We can go back, we can add more timer to this, or if I can get to my email in time, well, I've got 21 seconds. Let's quickly reply. Nothing like trying to scramble an email within a certain number of seconds. I suspect because it's email that is going to time out, but look in the nick of time. And now my agent has 5 minutes, because you can set this up on a per skill basis. So let's take a look at the skill setup now within CXone. So I'm within one of my digital skills here, and if I click edit, we can see on the right hand side we have a few different fields: agent response, customer response. You don't have to have one enabled for the other to work. You can have just agent response to keep your agents tidy in terms of how quickly they're responding, and also you can just have the customer response if you wanted. You can decide what works for you. Likewise, you can have a first response time and then a follow-on. So if you want to, say, get to an initial interaction quite quickly, you could do the follow-on responses in this way. I would never recommend 60 seconds in the real world. You probably want that at about an hour. Again, it depends on the channel though. If you've got a channel where once it's sent, you know there's going to be a few hours, maybe you do just go 60 and you flush out CXone agent. So this is also a good way of making sure your agents aren't sitting on interactions. Now, the one thing I would say here is we're still waiting for reporting from Nice on this. There's no reporting for this feature that I've seen since it's launched. So whilst it's a really good feature, can't tell you how many times that agent actually saw that red symbol, how many times we went over this. You'd have to really go into the interactions to pull that data out. So we can't see how effective these are being. It's a little oversight from Nice, but it's a really good feature from an agent perspective in terms of managing those digital interactions. We can see, this one here has the red symbol, so we know we need to look at that. This one here, as we get close, I think it's under 2 minutes, it's going to go gold for us, so we can look just like when we were trying to add time. So that is skill timers for digital experience on CXone Mpower. Really, really good feature to just make your digital inbox a bit cleaner when handling interactions.